Yo, what is going on, everyone in the XRP community? Hope you guys are having yourselves a fantastic day today, as usual. Make sure do smash them likes down below. Unless you're on, YouTube TV or on the Xbox, it's way too hard to smash the likes. Way too much effort. But if you're on PC or mobile phone, please do smash the likes down below. Helps out the channel immensely. All right, guys, not gonna lie, I'm a little bit buzzing on the devil syrup in the undisclosed location I do live in currently. I had a little beer festival going on today, so I freaking bought a pitcher of a $23 beer, $23 pitcher of beer, right, with some friends, and they have the audacity to ask for a tip on the pay screen. Like, this is the tip. Me buying it, that is the tip. Anyways, a little bit buzzing on an IPA right now. Guys, honestly, I'm going to come forward very clean. I hate IPAs. You guys that love IPAs, give me your elevator pitch in the comments below why you like them. They are horrible. They leave a weird taste in your mouth. Instant headache after like an hour or two. Just give me a Coors Light water beer, honestly. IPAs, I cannot stand IPAs. You do get to some situations where you have to drink them because at this little festival, that's all they sold there. I'm like, okay, fine. But I literally have a passion for hating IPAs. Anyways, so XRP, yeah, of course, you're going to see red today. Oh my God, wow, so bad. But you look at the big picture here, XRP, the last 7 days is still up 30%. And considering the price it is at right now, yes, it may be down 3.5% in the last 24 hours, while nothing else has been moving in the last 7 days like XRP. We are simply in the pullback mode. And what I'm glad to tell you is that XRP is honestly, it's being a monster. Every time a pullback comes about, XRP is reclaiming it. Okay, whether or not it goes down after reclaiming the retrace, okay, that's a whole different story, right? But when you have like this big retracement from 55 cents to 45, XRP immediately reverts to 53. Little tiny pullback here to 49, reverts to 52. Kind of medium pullback here that took some time back to 47. Immediately reclaims to 51. So yeah, I understand after reclaiming the pullback, it is going down again. However, nonetheless, every time a pullback is coming in, it is making a very, very solid attempt of reclaiming it. However, this is just a 15-minute chart. Let's go to the hourly, and it kind of becomes more apparent what's happening here. Dump, reclaim, fill the gap. Okay, pulling back a little more. However, you must note that right here, the sellers aren't very strong. Yes, they did bring it down from 53 to 47. However, compared to the initial retrace off this, kind of swing high right here, this was a strong one. The buyers pushed back very, very hard, nearly reclaiming the entire retrace. However, on the next one, yeah, okay, 52 to 47. Okay, the sellers won in this little small point in time. However, they were very, very weak when going about it. And then XRP still went for the reclaim and probably took back about more than 50% of that retrace. And then it is kind of, dropping a little bit more there. So the big picture for XRP right now is you've had this thing acting like a wild maniac. I mean, XRP suffered a 39 cent to 34 cent, 15% dump within 1 day. Reclaim that retrace, barreled through further. So yes, right now we're getting deep retraces, but this is necessary if we want to reach those all-time high levels again and enter price discovery and get to that $5 to $10 XRP. So right now on the hourly chart, this is not going to be a perfect technical analysis here, but we essentially do have a triangle. It's not going to line up like, perfectly, right? It's not going to line up like perfectly, but it is essentially in a bull flag. And I think the chances are more likely than not that we're going to go up further. But then there's another factor. I'm predicting that it's going to go up, which makes the chances a little bit lower. So we're going to have to see there. Again, but hey, it's just the hourly chart. Go to the 4-hour chart. This is just a little bit of that, post-pump turbulence, I would like to say. And right here, see, you got the low and then the higher low. So already you're creating some kind of a notion here where we've got a low, higher low, on the higher low, bullish engulfing. Yeah, the sellers fight back, but that candle did not close significantly compared to the previous bullish engulfing. And now we got a brand new candle that just opened up at the start of this video. So I do think XRP will continue on the rise up. Last point I want to make for the long-term charts. Actually, second to last point. Guys, weekly chart, still looking amazing. But you know what I just noticed? I just noticed the infamous, what I used to call the iron wall. That came into play. So I think we're going to need a different chart for this because, you know, Binance only listed XRP like midway through 2018. We got to go to Bitstamp here. But do you remember the 60-cent iron wall theory, which was kind of true in a way, not really how I wanted it to play out, right? Because the 60-cent level is still an iron wall. Like, really stop that pump there, stop the pump there, but the SEC caused that. Stop the pump there again, and then we broke through. Now we broke through that level, double bottomed on it, failed to break even higher. That is where we pull back even lower. We get a double bottom at a different level, not the 60-cent iron wall, however, an old XRP all-time high, an old bear market resistance that we cracked to go to $2 per coin. So you can see there, that's what we're kind of fighting right now is that, you know, 58, 59, 60-cent level. And the final point I want to make, which we did discuss in, you know, last video, but I just want you to find the similarity here. Let me blow this up to full screen, right? Notice the size of this monthly candle, then what it led to. Notice the size of this monthly candle, and then what it led to. Notice the size of this monthly candle, and what this could lead to. However, you could make the argument that, hey, Alex, you're wrong. There's this one right there that didn't lead to anything. This one right there didn't lead to anything. Okay, yeah, sure, but that was freshly after, you know, moving 76,000%, right? So that was kind of more of a relief rally from the way down. But I just want you to note the similarities there of the size of these monthly candles. They're not amazingly huge, but you must note that they kickstarted something quite massive, and I'm thinking the same thing will happen over here. However, again, there's a lot of things you could point to and say, well, here was this size candle, nothing happened. Here, 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 and here. But note how what's in the circles is not the same, you know, bottom ground support level as what's in the squares here. Okay? Just keep that in mind. But I'm telling you, XRP is going to enter that price discovery. And then if you even want to kind of draw an analogy down in the earlier XRP charts, that candle right there. Granted, it took like 5 months, but that little candle did kind of lead to something pretty major. Another similarity I would love to draw for you guys, because we always love to compare this and this, but the main factor is that this was much shorter than what we have going on now. However, there's a similarity here, okay? All-time high, almost all-time high, pullback, pump, all right? All-time high, almost all-time high, pullback, pump. Oh, what could be going on there? Granted, it's not the same, you know, length of time because XRP liquidity here was much different than back here. XRP liquidity was much lower back here. So that's why I think this was able to happen, you know, in a much shorter time span compared to this one. But notice the all-time high, almost all-time high, pullback, rocket. All-time high, almost all-time high, pullback, rocket. History repeats itself, my friends. History does indeed repeat itself. Little news from Bull Dieppe on Twitter. Breaking official announcement from Morningstar Japan, a subsidiary of SBI Holdings, to distribute 2,500 XRP to each intermediate shareholder. Very, very interesting. Now, again, since this is all translation from a completely different language, I'm not sure if this is distribute 2,500 XRP to every shareholder of SBI, like every, like average Joe that just has some shares of SBI holdings, or if this is intermediate, like shareholder as in holding shares on an exchange of XRP on SBI. I'm not sure, because this is going to be translated from another language. When it does get translated by a, robot, it's not going to be accurate. They'll essentially, with AI robot translations, it's going to pretty much translate correctly for the most part. However, in my experience, when you're using like an AI translation app like Google Translate, very, very short, basic grammar sentences, they can translate almost perfectly. But it's when you get really intricate, deep into detail and using advanced words, that's where an AI can translate things kind of incorrectly. So just take this with a grain of salt. They're saying they're going to distribute 2,500 XRP to each intermediate shareholder. We would assume that's kind of shareholder of the company SBI if they own, shares in the public market, or if they own crypto on the SBI exchange. Not sure, but it is a translation, so we just must keep that in mind. Next one for today. Self-proclaimed XRP army leader, who isn't the leader, don't sue me. For all intents and purposes, the Ripple SEC case is over. XRP is not a security. Once the formality of making this official happens, it's going to make it very difficult for the SEC to accuse any coin of being a security. This is going to be huge for crypto. The only problem I have with this statement is that, let's say Ripple dominates the SEC, wins the case. I'm not even talking a settlement. I mean, Ripple just wins. I don't think from that point forward, the SEC is going to essentially obey the outcome of the Ripple versus SEC case when going after some other, whatever shitcoin. Okay. A little bit more intellectual opinion from James K. Fillon at Fillon Law. This is what James K. Fillon is saying about the SEC argument as he interprets it, who is a defense lawyer and former federal prosecutor. Okay, this is not just some random guy on Twitter. James K. Fillon has been like the #1 source of just original Ripple versus SEC lawsuit documents. Okay, Jeremy Hogan, John Deaton, amazing, but James K. Fillon is the one who brings the document to the table minutes after it becomes live. So here is how he's interpreting the SEC's argument. Quote, "We aren't saying XRP is a security per se. If this is a direct quote from the SEC, this could be essentially them just bowing down, putting their heads down, just trying to, not, how do I phrase this? It's kind of a hard one to make a phrase off of, but I'm like, I have a thought in my head, but I can't like translate the mental language into English. It's basically like the SEC's trying to bow down and say like, okay, well, we're not saying it's a security, but we're saying like the purchase of it is kind of like a security, that kind of thing. So we aren't saying that XRP is a security per se. What we are saying is that any purchase of XRP as a matter of economic reality is an investment in common enterprise with XRP holders and with Ripple. Whether it's through horizontal commonality or strict vertical commonality, it is an investment in a common enterprise with other XRP holders and with Ripple. So while XRP may not be a security per se, there's no other possible way to offer or sell XRPs except as security. So the SEC has kind of bumped down their argument to what the original argument was not about, of, oh, well, we're not saying it's a security, but the only way you could sell it is like a security. This is kind of like when I got pulled over one time. It's a crazy story. I got pulled over. I was doing a little driving to another state for a little vacation. And I get pulled over for having no insurance. My license plate came up as no insurance. And I'm like, bro, I have insurance. I've been paying insurance. Long story short, I was paying insurance on an old car I used to have, which happened to also be the same year and make as my current car. So the cop looked at the real insurance card that wasn't for my car and went, okay, you got insurance. But anyways, when it came to court time, or they didn't even take me to court, they gave me like a plea deal, which is really good compared to the maximum penalty. They said, okay, well, we're going to take your driving with no insurance and we're going to bump it down to jaywalking. I'm like, I didn't even fucking jaywalk. Like, what, you're going to bump it down to something I didn't do? So right here, the SEC, they're bumping this down to something that wasn't the original argument, which is essentially kind of surrendering in a way. And when you realize what the SEC is saying, no matter how it is framed, the judgment that the SEC wants is one that incorporates secondary sales. See screenshot below where the SEC uses the words a purchase and all units. First, the undisputed facts show that as a matter of economic reality, a purchase of XRP is an investment in a common enterprise. Other X behind Ripple. All units of XRP are funded with each other, and the price of all units of XRP rise or fall equally. Moreover, they're just changing their argument. They change their argument when it's convenient for them, and their true colors begin to show of their true narrative, their true goal here. So, yeah. Fuck the SEC, dude. It's like they just keep changing their argument. I mean, they can't decide whether Hinman's speech is agency guidance or a personal opinion, but a little twilight zone in the middle. SEC's words, not mine. They can't sue me. They literally said that publicly. Or, well, in court, that was released publicly. But anyways, guys, stay tuned for the XRP pump. And always keep in mind, whenever people are doubting the price of XRP, just always note, all-time high, almost all-time high, pullback, pump. All-time high, almost all-time high, pullback, pump. History will repeat itself, my friends, and we will get another glorious monster candle. And I'll see you guys in the next one.